Friends, welcome to the Tailwind CSS crash course. In this series, we will explore Tailwind CSS, a flexible framework for building stunning user interfaces. You will learn the fundamentals, unique features, and practical examples to leverage Tailwind CSS effectively. Let's dive in and unlock the power of this fantastic CSS framework. So, friend, what is Tailwind? Now, Tailwind CSS is a utility first CSS framework that helps you build user interfaces for websites or applications. It provides a set of predefined utility classes that you can use directly in your HTML markup to style and design your elements. In simple terms, Tailwind CSS gives you a toolbox filled with ready to use CSS classes instead of writing custom CSS styles from scratch. You can pick and choose classes that describe the specific style you want for your elements. For example, if you want to make a button blue and rounded, you can simply add the appropriate classes to your button element using Tailwind CSS. Now here we will start installing the Tailwind. So in the D folder, I will create one folder called as Tailwind. I will go inside this folder and start VS Code. How to start VS Code? You have to write code and dot. So with this, a VS Code is opened here. Now what I will do is, before getting the steps of Tailwind CSS, we will go to the tailwind.css and see how what all are the steps. So here it is tailwind.css. If you come to the docs, you will find how to start getting started with Tailwind CSS. Here you will see options. We will use this CDN option. In the CDN option, we have to simply use this, like in the head of your HTML file, we have to put this script like this. So what I will do is, I will copy this. I will come to my VS Code. I will create one file called as index.html and I will copy everything over here. Now you will see this CDN link of Tailwind CSS, which is in the head tag of your HTML file. Now we will start the live server. Now what is live server? I already explained in my HTML series. Please watch it out. So here we will start. I will right click and start live server. Open with live server. Okay. Now what will happen is, my live server is started and you will see something like this. So you will see hello world. So which is here hello world is there. Now we will start exploring this classes one by one. So here we will see different classes. So let's start with the background first. So to start with background, we will see how we can put the classes here. So if you come to the tailwindcss.com, in the documentation you will see background color. For background color you have to write BG red 300. There are different colors you can put in here. So let's say, for example, if you want a red color, what you have to do is, you have to say BG red 500. So let's apply this in our code. So here we will see in the body we will apply one class. We'll say BG red 500. Now what will happen? You can see the body background is changed to red. If you can change here, let's say for 800, you will have more darker color. So you can see this more darker color. So in this way, this is the way you can apply Tailwind classes. Let's apply more classes to this. So remove this. Again remove this. I will create one button. rounded button, background green of 500. I will apply padding on y axis 8 pixel, x axis 8 pixel. I will apply text white. Let's see. Hello friends. So you can see this, all the classes are applied one by one. So we will apply more classes here. So we will say font bold. Now you will see these fonts are bold. Again we will apply text for Excel here. So what will happen is you will see the text size increase by 4 XL. Again you can change the color of the fonts by saying text. Instead of saying text white, we will say text red and we'll say 500. So you can see this color is changed. Now we will apply hover effect. Now I will say here hover BG blue 800. Now what will happen? So if I hover on this, this is changed. This PY stands for padding on the Y axis, PX stands for padding on the X axis. If you want padding on from the top, you have to say PT. Now you can see this padding is applied from the top side. If you want padding from the bottom side, you have to say PB. So it is applied from the PB. From the padding from the left, you have to say PL. So this is applied from this. Padding from right, you have to say PR. So in this way, you have to apply padding from all sides. Same applies with the margin. If I say ML of 20, see this margin is applied. Now I will say MT of 30, it is applied from top. If I say 28, see this numbers you have to see from the Tailwind website. It is generally in the increment of 4. Okay, now if you want margin from all sides, you have to say M of 20. So it is applied from all sides. So this is the way you can apply padding margin from all sides. Now we will apply border to this button. So for border, you have to say border width of 2 and border color border red of 800. Now you will see this, a border is applied on the, I will remove this over so that there is no effect. Now you can see this border. If you want to increase the border width, you have to say 4. 6 won't work here, so you have to say 8. So all these classes you will find on the Tailwind website. You just check it out. Now suppose if you want border on the left side or on the top side, so what you have to say? So let's apply border on the top side. So you have to say here border P and then dash. You will see border on the top side. On the bottom you have to say here B. So you will find border here. On the left you have to say L. On the right you have to say R. So in this way you can apply borders individually. Also you can reduce the width of the border by this number, and you can change the color of the border by this. I will apply blue here. So in this way you can use the borders. So here we will see the transformation properties like scale. So if I say here scale 50, what will happen? My button will reduce to 50. If I say 75, it's 75.75. If I say 150, this will go to 150. So in this way you can apply the scale class. Now we will see the rotate property. If I say rotate 90, what will happen? My button is rotated by 90 degree. If I say 45, see button is rotated by 45. If I say minus 45, it will go in the reverse direction. So in this way you can go to the properties, different properties mentioned on the Tailwind documentation, and you can experiment all those things. Now we will see the translate class x of 12. Now you can see this button is moved in the x direction 12 pixel. Now if I say y, you can see in the y direction. So you can apply translate property in this manner. Now we'll see one more property that is called as skew. So for that I need to use the image. I am using image here. You can see this. You can take any image from the free websites, copy here. So I am using this image. Now I will use a skew property here, skew class here. Skew. Now I will say y direction 12. Sorry, this is. Now you can see here this image is tilted in the y direction. If I put margin padding here, ml of 4, mt of 12, you can see this clearly. ml of 8, or you can say 12. So this image is tilted in the y direction. Similarly, in the x direction, if you want, you have to say x. So in this way you can apply all this transformation property to get the animations. Now we'll see the width and height classes. So I will remove this and I will create one div, and I will say here background of, let's say, red of 500. Now I will say width of 1/2, height of, let's say, 28. Now you will see, sorry, now you will see a box. Box is appearing, width is 1/2 and height is 28. If I increase the height, let's say if I want to make it 48, I can say h of 48, it will increase now. Height, if I say 1/3, so it will reduce. So in this way you can give the height and width classes to any div or any HTML component you are creating. Here we will see what kind of effects we can apply to this div class. So we can apply shadow here of 2xl. Now you will see some shadow will appear over here. Okay, so shadow is coming. You can make the shadow color, let's say shadow blue of 800. Now you can see this blue shadow is appearing over here. So this is the effect. Now we'll create buttons to see the opacity. So here I have created one button and I will apply a class of, let's say, BG of indigo. Indigo color I will put here, BG. Let's say indigo 400 and I'll name this as A. So you will see some button here. I will give the width and height of the button. So width I will say, let's say 32 and height I will say of 12. Okay, and I will put some margin from the top of 12. So you can see this button A is coming. Now what I will do is I will copy this button and I will put some opacity here to see the difference. So I will say opacity of 80. So for seeing the opacity, you can check the site. Now you can see 5, 10, 20, 30. This kind of opacity is available. So accordingly, you can apply to your button. So I will say opacity of, let's say 40, and here I will say opacity of 20. So in this way you can apply the filters like shadow, shadow color and opacity. So friends, thank you for watching the Tailwind crash course video. Please like and subscribe the channel. Also do let me know you want to cover the advanced concept of Tailwind. I will create part 2. Also share your valuable comments to improve the content on the channel. Thank you.